Okay, I'm gonna go through what these questions are actually looking for each one of these boxes, just to help you guys know what I'm looking for. So I can classify angle relationships. So we're looking for things like, are they complementary? Are they supplementary? Okay. So question number one, the relationship between angle 2 and angle 3. All right, angle 2 and angle 3 are on a straight line, so it's a straight angle. So 2 and 3 add up to 180. Therefore, they are supplementary. Okay, remember, supplementary adds up to 180. Complementary adds up to 90. Okay. All right. Next standard. I can use complementary and supplementary angles to write and solve equations. So we're going to use that same information. Supplementary adds up to 180, and complementary adds up to 90. So here we have a 90-degree angle. So we're going to need to write an equation, and then go ahead and solve that equation for x, and then find the angle measurements. So I know that these two angles are going to add up to 90. So I have x plus x, combine those like terms, minus 18, adds up to 90. I'm going to go ahead and solve that for x. X is going to equal 54 degrees. Okay, so that means x is 54. And then we're going to need to find 54 minus 18. So if we subtract 20, we'd have 34, but we have to add 2 more back, 36. So our angle measures are 36 and 54. If you did it correctly, those should add up to 90 degrees. Okay, you're going to be doing the same thing for 8 and 9, using the ideas of complementary and supplementary. Okay. Vertical and adjacent angles to write and solve equations. Remember, vertical angles are congruent. Adjacent angles add up to 180. Or, actually, I shouldn't say that. Adjacent angles that are on a straight angle add up to 180. Adjacent angles are just angles that share a side. Okay. So, I jumped the gun there. Sorry. So with this equation, we have adjacent angles that add up to 54. So we know that x plus 37 adds up to 54. So we're going to go ahead and subtract. And we get, that is not correct. That's a 7. Wow, I'm having issues. I need to go to the doctor and get my head cold gone. So we have 17 degrees for x. So what are the angle measurements? Well, there's only one missing, so it's 17 degrees. Okay. All right. So 11 and 12, you're going to use the fact that vertical angles are congruent and adjacent angles share a side. All right. All right, next standard, I can classify triangles. So classifying triangles, we are classifying by their sides. So are they equilateral, isosceles or scaling, and angles? Is it an acute triangle where all 3 angles are acute? Is it obtuse where one angle is obtuse over 90 degrees? Or is it a right triangle? Okay. All right, so let's see here. I've got a 90-degree angle, so right off the bat, I know that this triangle is a right triangle. So by angle measure, we're going right triangle. If we want to classify by sides, okay, we've got 61, we've got 90. So let's see what's left over. 90 plus 61 is 151 degrees. So what is left over is 29 degrees. All right, so x is 29 degrees. If all three angles are different, all three sides are going to be different. So if you want to classify by sides, it's a scalene triangle. If angles are equal, the opposite sides are equal. So we're looking for triangles that have equal, or angles that are equal, for them to be either isosceles or equilateral. Okay. So you're going to do the same thing for 14, 15, and 16. So just so you know, the options for sides, you've got equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. Okay. That's for sides. And for angles, we've got acute, right, or obtuse. One angle is over 90 degrees. Okay, those are your options. All right, so with this one, use the line segment below to construct a triangle with a ruler and a protractor. So you need a ruler and a protractor. One obtuse angle and one side measuring 4 centimeters. So first thing I'm going to do is create a vertex there. And let's see here, 4 centimeters. Oh, well, that's not helpful. Let's let's go to right there. That would be 4 centimeters. I'm gonna move this right here. Disregard that. That's a 4 centimeter long segment, and we're going to create an obtuse angle. So 90 degrees would be here. Let's flip this over. 90 degrees would be here, so let's go to maybe 100 degrees from my vertex to that dot. There we go. You can make it any length you want, and then connect the vertices. Boom, done. 4 centimeters, and this is 100 degrees. Okay. 18, use line segment below to construct a triangle with a ruler and a protractor. One 45-degree angle. All sides have different measures in length. All right, let's create a vertex. We'll go with a 45-degree angle. There's 40. 45 would be here. So we're going to go ahead and create that. That looks good. And maybe we go create triangle. So we know this is 45. This side's definitely smaller than that side, which is smaller than that side. So these all have different side lengths. Okay. This section down here, we actually have not covered yet. So we're going to be coming back to that next week. Okay. So go ahead and flip the page. And we can do this section. I can use angle relationships to solve multi-step problems. Okay, so we're going to put together everything that we have learned thus far to solve these specific problems and for the value that you are being asked for. Alrighty, and that is that.